only way to expose the truth is to be indecent. Two men might just be indecent enough to do it. Enter a wannabe amateur disc golfer who reads Reddit threads and a fake cowboy who lifts weights. This is Indecent Exposure. It's time to plunge down the rabbit hole with your hosts, Ryan and Sam.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. This technology sucks, man.
I know. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just another day, another week. Here I am. I had to wake up today.
There you are. I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Some say. You doing
What's
okay?
What's new? I'm doing just fine.
What's new?
What's the scuttlebutt?
Nothing, actually. I'm just being a downer like always. Life's good, man. I can't complain. Job's good. Life's good. Friends are good. Activities are good. Hobbies are good. You?
Yeah, pretty good.
Went and played some disc golf today, and I just sucked ass. So
it's good for you.
It is. It's
keep you grounded.
Yeah, he can't be perfect all the time. So, as an amateur disc golfer, like the intro says, like you said, keeps me grounded, keeps me working hard to achieve new goals and reach new heights. So they say.
That's right, man.
Yeah. So anyways, what are we talking about today?
What are we talking about today? We're talking about a notorious...
Oh, we're bringing out vocabulary right now, aren't we?
Yeah, some adjectives.
Okay.
One of the most well-known cases, controversial, conspiratorial cases, murder case that has hit this nation.
Very recently.
Small town of, very recently, back on November 12th into the early mornings, of November 13th.
Yeah.
In the small college town of Moscow, Idaho.
Russia.
US of A.
US of A.
Sir.
Yeah, don't get confused, everyone. This is here domestic.
Yes. This is the small town of Moscow, which is the college town of the Idaho University Vandals.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And before we get into that, as we talked about last podcast, I just want to give a brief update. Sorry, don't want to ruin the mood for you at all, right?
No, dude, but an update to the FTX scandal.
Yeah. So, okay, here's the crazy thing. So we talked about it. We laid out the facts and what our thoughts were last episode. And there was an update. And I don't know if I said last podcast, but I want to say that he was going to come speak in Americas about the whole process, right? I'm pretty sure I said that. Because, he was in like Bahamas. I don't know where he was. Sam Bankman-Fried is the guy that we're talking about, the owner of FTX, CEO, whatever.
Former owner.
Yeah. So he came and spoke on several different platforms, one being CNBC. And while the interviewers were interviewing him, they were asking him a question like, hey, what happened in all this? Like, was there a board? What happened to the money? And as soon he was like, well, yeah, the thing is we didn't have like an official board, but we had many boards. And the interviewer's like, what do you mean by that? He's like, well, we had so many people influencing on what decisions we had to do that it just kind of fell through, and we couldn't basically run our own business at that point, which begs the question of, well, you're the CEO. Why is there so many advisors telling you what to do? Apparently, from what he said. And after that, it was cut off. Like Signal was like, oh, after he said that, Signal was cut off. So my thought process behind that was, well, if there's so many boards telling you what to do, I think there's some government entities probably involved in his business, because at this point, this company is worth $32 billion at the start of this year. $1 billion of those dollars were just lost. And he even said himself, and several different other interviews, I think CoffeeZilla, a famous YouTuber that has, I think, over 1 million subscribers at this point, interviewed him as well. was just like, yeah, I don't know where the money went. Like, how do you lose $1 billion of your, own revenue or whatever money you have? It was just lost, and he has no idea. And so here's where the conspiracy part comes from, and in my opinion, is that one, you lost $1 billion, you don't know what happened to it, and then your business that was worth $32 billion 12 months ago, and now it's nothing, and you've lost everyone's money. Did the government play a trick to get crypto basically undermined, that it has to be a government sanction, like something that's going to be regulated by the government? Because before that, crypto is not owned by any politicians. It doesn't have any regulations. There's nothing.
It's not owned by the Fed,
right? There's nothing that says that any local or federal government says that this is the controls and stipulations that there's rules against, like the SEC, excuse me, SEC, yeah, that controls basically the U.S. stock market and sets up these rules. And so I feel like maybe, and I don't know if he has everything to do with it, because obviously not, that there were some people undermining the whole crypto exchange to basically say, oh, hey, here's our first chance at creating some sort of fraud. We have to regulate it so that millions of the people that are investing in crypto aren't going to get scrutinized or lose their money anymore. That's just my thoughts on it. I think that would be a way for the government to say, well, hey, this is untouched money that we can't do anything with. Let's start to create some rules, agencies, etc., to create some sort of backing around crypto.
And let's put a tax on it.
Yeah, and let's put a tax on it so they can get their paws in the game. And I think that's really where, at least and we all know government at this point, that's really where I stand when it comes to cryptocurrency, because he's not under arrest. There's no fraud. There's no charges against him. Yes, there are lawsuits against him, but there's nothing that's saying that Sam Bankman-Fried is a free man or he needs to be arrested and brought forth for his crimes. And so that's just kind of where we stand. It's weird that a guy that just owned a company, and not anymore, had assets of billions of dollars that were gone and lost, and are owed millions of dollars back to millions, of people that were subscribers on the platform, just to be gone with it. So we don't know, but that's the latest update on that whole story. And let the theories arise, I guess. We'll see what happens with the federal government.
Can't believe that nerd.
It'll be interesting to see if they bring him into questioning and whatnot, and if the federal government can actually do anything, I guess, surrounding cryptocurrency. So, anywho, we'll give you updates as we see them moving forward. Let's learn about Idaho, right?
The murders of Idaho.
Yeah, the murders of Idaho. It's a very interesting story.
It's a very sad story. It's a very head-scratching story. A lot of, I don't know, tons of speculation. To the point where I've joined some Reddit threads.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I've never been a part of a community as well policed as these subreddits. Pretty impressive.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
They like to lock the doors on stuff, so let's hear it.
So, brief summary. So, November 12th, there is a group of friends that live in a house together. There's 5 friends, 1 boyfriend, not a resident, but stays over because his girlfriend is a resident of this house. And 2 best friends, Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves, go out to a place called the Corner Club. Ethan Chapin and his girlfriend, Xana Kernodle, allegedly go to a Sigma Chi fraternity party. And then the surviving roommates, Dylan Mortensen, who's a female, a born female. Can't believe I have to say that today, but and
okay.
Bethany Funk, the two survivors, also went out. So everybody in the house went out this evening.
Okay.
On November the 12th. Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen reportedly arrived back home around 1 a.m. Maddie Mogan and Kaylee Gonsalves arrive home around 1:45 for 2 a.m., as does Ethan Chapin and his girlfriend Xana Kernodle from the Sigma Chi party. And between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., police believe that the murders were committed. Now, the twist is the murders occurred.
But how many people
were murdered?
Yeah, and it was in
4.
a house,
It was a
right?
quadruple homicide. Yep. They all were in the same house. They believe the murders occurred between 3 and 4 a.m.
Okay.
But the girls on the first floor did not hear anything, woke up, ended up calling friends over, calling 911 due to an unconscious person in the house. Unclear because we don't have the 911, and that's probably because the police don't want to release that information just to protect the integrity of the investigation, because there's multiple 911 callers for that incident.
Multiple?
Mm-hmm.
In one house, though? That seems kind of weird.
Yeah, because they had friends. They called friends over. From my understanding, is one of the surviving roommates went to go check on, her. This is around between 11 a.m. and noon, I believe, is when the 911 call was made.
Right. And so there's 6 people in the house, and I just want to show the house real quick.
Yes.
And it's from the side view. Apparently, what the research I've done, the 2 people that were alive in the house were in this bottom section here.
Correct.
And the 4 people that got murdered were in the top section.
Right.
And
that's correct.
From what I heard, it wasn't reported for like 8 hours, right? So if they got murdered between like 3 and 4 a.m., then they didn't report it till what, 1, 2 the next day?
Yeah, the
or I guess
911
the
call was about 11:58 a.m.
Okay, 8 hours later. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Which, okay, I'm not continue here in a second, but like I'm not putting any speculation out. If I'm living in this side of the house, in this basement, right, I probably could hear stuff up here, but it looks like it's split level. So
it is split level. So
right, so you see the concrete
house,
here.
Yeah,
right.
That's the original home.
The bottom house is here.
Yeah, you see where it's kind of split in the middle there.
Mm-hmm.
If you go straight up. No.
Yeah.
Vertical.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe to the left was the original home. The second and third story on the right are add-ons.
Okay. So that would make sense. So this probably has like a pretty good exterior wall here. This is also probably 10 feet underground. And I have a split level, and like down here, I don't hear much up where basically I work, because it's kind of like the same layout as my house, actually.
Yep.
I mean, I hear stuff from like when my wife is playing like movies and stuff, but it's just bass. And so bass sound waves just travel a lot longer than treble does. Treble, if she's talking on the phone or anything down there, I don't hear shit. So that being said, I just wanted to put a little visual up about the house. I'm going to leave it up.
That's
while
important.
You explain.
That's important.
I think
because the way that I saw them kind of show a blueprint of the house, and the way the bedrooms are kind of set up is that they don't stack on top of each other. They're kind of catty cornered.
Okay.
A little bit, because the kitchen's kind of where the slider is, where you can see the slide. I'm pointing at the screen.
Sure.
And you can't see me pointing at the screen.
Sure. Right here.
The slider, and that's been a point of emphasis for possible point of entry. They don't have a point of entry. And if you can see in the lower left-hand corner where the people are standing.
Yeah.
You see the ladder?
Yep.
That ladder's been there the whole time. That no one put it there. It's just been there
the whole time.
So that's caused.
Police haven't put it there.
It was there the whole time. They haven't touched it, haven't moved it.
And
nobody.
And so hold on, and so this is the front of the house, right?
There's windows on that side. I
so
think
if
on
we're
the left
looking
side,
at this would lead up to this little balcony area, right? This little ledge here.
Yeah, a little like overhang kind of thing.
Okay.
But on the left side, though, I don't think there's any windows over there.
Where on the left side of the house?
Yeah, the side that we can't see.
Let's see if here's another photo. Yeah, you might be right. Let me open this up in a new tab. Oop. I guess that was it. So
It's hard to tell because of the foliage, but if you can, I don't think there's windows over there.
Doesn't look like it. No.
So,
Wait.
there's been a lot of speculation on what the point of entry was. They've been focusing a lot on the sliding door as the point of entry. However, again, they believe the murders happened between 3 and 4 a.m. Gonsalves, which was with Maddie, so they were on the 3rd floor when they were murdered. Allegedly she called. We don't know. I haven't heard any, voicemails or anything, but she called her on again, off again boyfriend, Jack DeCoeur, 7 times between 2:26 and 2:52. But he didn't answer because he was allegedly sleeping. DeCoeur and the rideshare driver that gave Maddie and Kaylee a ride home, they've both been eliminated as suspects. And they are calling this an isolated targeted attack.
Those are the 2 people that are still alive?
No. Dylan, it's...
the 2 people in the rideshare. Okay, so they're both dead, but also...
So Maddie Mogan, Kaylee Gonsalves are dead. Ethan Chapin and Zana...
Was this before or after the... We don't know the alleged time specifically, right?
The what?
Like the time they got murdered, all 4?
Nope. We don't know the exact time. That's estimated between 3 and 4 a.m.
Okay.
So we do have video evidence of Maddie and Kaylee going to this food truck, and there's actually this food truck. I can't remember the name of the food truck. Maybe it's called Carbonara. I think it's called the Carbonara Effect. Kind of like a play on words with whoever that comedian was.
No idea.
I can't remember his name.
No idea.
I think that's what it's called, the Carbonara Effect. And they actually do a live stream on Twitch whenever they have
the food truck does? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
They do a live stream. So they have video of Maddie and Kaylee there.
What time?
Shit, I don't know. After
obviously before they
1.
got home.
Right.
Was this so Maddie and Kaylee, so the 2 gals. And then, sorry, I'm just trying to paint a visual in my head. And then the other people were taking the ride share. The other 2.
That was Maddie and Kaylee.
Maddie and Kaylee. Okay, so ride share, and then they go to the food truck, or food truck to.
No, they leave the Corner Club, which is like the college bar.
Okay.
They go from there to the food truck.
Okay.
I don't know the distance, but they go to the food truck. There's video of them ordering. They show up there with a guy. People have called him Hoodie Guy. We know his name now is Jack Showalter. They showed up with Hoodie Guy, and he's there kind of like he walks in with them, but then he's kind of hanging out in the back. He has his hat on backwards, takes his hat off, puts it on forwards, puts his hood up. He's kind of hanging around in the background. And I can actually try and send you some.
So this guy?
No,
top right?
Right there. Yep, top right. And then, and then the girl in the black right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's, well, I mean, in the same picture where he's at. The 2 girls right there in the same picture.
Yeah, right.
That's them. Those are the girls.
Okay.
So actually, I mean, I could send you a video. I could send you a link, or I could tell you to type in. I could type this link into the chat, and you could type it in. What was I saying?
You're just talking about them ordering food and then taking a ride share back, I think.
Right. They get a ride share back. So they have video of this guy, allegedly one of the last people to see them alive. He's a person of interest, but I don't know if he's been named a suspect.
Showalter?
Jack Showalter.
This guy. Also, probably food truck Hoodie Guy. Okay.
Yep.
Wow. We're generic, aren't we?
We are generic. Let me, before I send you this.
Sure.
So let's go in. So I took some notes. Details. I already said Chapin, Ethan, the male that was killed. His girlfriend is Zana, the other girl that was killed. He's not living in the home. He was sleeping over there. Again, the murders happened between 3 and 4 a.m. There's also a dog. Kaylee owns a dog. What's weird about the dog is the dog was found in a place in the home where the crimes were not committed with no sort of evidence on him. See, there they are showing up. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to play this clip. I don't.
Yep. So there they are walking in. Okay.
I'm going to reshare so I can get audio here.
Okay.
I believe. Okay. Can you see this? Can you hear it?
No, it's nothing showing yet.
Nothing shown? No. 1 second.
I should have had these teed up in the fucking chat.
It's okay. We're learning. We're still new at this.
Okay, there's one. That's the video. That's the entire 4.5 hours of the food truck.
Oh, it's 2 hours of it. Do you see this?
No, there's your screen's not sharing.
That's weird because it says it's sharing.
Unshare and try and share again. Because it was sharing earlier when you were showing the house.
Right.
Right.
I wonder if there's something with Twitter that doesn't allow me to share. I don't know. That's very odd. Let me close Twitter down real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have to just play the video without audio, which is fine.
Or you can go to the Twitch. I can give you the. Okay. Here we go. I see it. So that's them in the top right walking in, the white hoodie and the black, and then the guy he's standing right behind him. You see him, so he's gonna turn his hat around.
Hoodie guy,
aka Jack Showalter. There was his hood up, kind of hangs out in the back, which
is fine. Not do anything suspiciously.
No, but his mannerisms are kind of weird. So the girls order, and they're going to go to the other side of the truck.
He's just watching. I don't think there's anything weird right now.
Well, I mean, you notice though, like these girls, like they find people, like they run into people they know. Like you'll see that a couple of times.
Sure, he might not know anyone. I didn't know anyone when I went to Mizzou.
Sure, but you would think if he's hanging out with these girls, they might have some friends in common.
Wait, he was hanging out with these girls?
That's what it appears, dude. He walked in with them. If you start the video over, he walks in with them.
Did he?
Yes. He's right there with them.
But he kind of immediately like goes towards the back, like maybe they just walked in together. Okay. All right. Anyways.
Perhaps it is coincidence. I can't really say, for truth or not.
I don't see anything like totally odd about this. If it was 1:30 in the morning, I want to go get some food because I've been at the bars all night and I've been drunk or been drinking.
Sure. He goes there, but he doesn't order any food.
The carbonara effect will never reveal our secret ingredient.
How long is this? 2 hours?
No. It's 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So he's still in the back here.
He's going to make his way over towards the girls. And the heavier set guy there in the bottom screen.
This guy?
Yep. He ends up talking to that guy for a while.
So they're there for 2 hours?
See?
And so wait, so he's right here.
I don't think they were there for 2 hours, no. I'm just saying the video feed
he is
from the Twitch.
He is like with them, right?
Right?
Like he's standing
next to him.
He's standing like oddly close that it would be like I don't know, maybe they're like talking at the bar and he's just kind of awkward, right? Like he's not like maybe he's trying to go get happy afterwards, and that's trying to get laid afterwards, and maybe it's just not coming to what he wants. He doesn't have anything to talk to them about, I guess, because they're probably like, hey, imagine you try to go hook up with some girl, right? And we've all been there in college, and we've all been doing that, and to go try. and then you're like, her homegirl comes around, and like them two are just chatting. They want to go over some food. It's hard to carry on that conversation depending on what they were doing prior at the bar. Whether it's like, if it's a dance bar, especially, you're at a club. You're not there having conversation. You're there because you're good looking. You know, you're the right type that they're looking for, and maybe you like kiss or made out at the bar, whatever the case may be. And then you're like, all right, let's do this. And then girl brings her side chick, or not her side chick, but her girlfriend around, and like you're trying to go get laid, and you guys been drinking. They're like, right. She's not like looking to have a conversation with you, you know.
He seems like a guy that they met. He seems like a guy they met at the bar.
Yeah.
And maybe they're really nice, and they were talking to him, and maybe he kind of got the idea, like, oh, maybe one of them's into me or something.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to see if I can milk this for as long as I can, see if maybe it'll turn into something. And then they're that guy. They don't want to hang out with him anymore, but they don't know really how to tell him to go away. In the Twitch video I sent you, I think if you
Where'd
go to
you send that?
It's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. If you go to like 3 hours and like 50 minutes, or 3 hours and 49 minutes, something like that.
Sorry, this page is in another castle. I don't know
what
that
the
means.
Man?
So, I have
That's
Twitch good. If you want me to. Is it on an archive on the Carbonara Effect?
It should be.
Oh my god. I think that's how you spell carbonara.
I just
here we go.
it directly. What is this? Is this
25 days ago? It's got to be these guys, right? You said
the guy
November what?
12th. 7. How long ago was that? 19 days ago? No. Did I not send the right one? Did I type it wrong?
No, you didn't necessarily type it in wrong.
Maybe I can.
How many days ago was this? But this
would have been November
tracker.
12th.
Right. That would have been 7.
Look for the one that's 4 hours, 31 minutes, and 51 seconds.
4 hours, 51 minutes?
4:31:51.
4:31.
Does it have the time on it?
It does. 4:31:50.
That's it right there. November 12th. That's it. Yep.
All right. And then you said
Go
3 hours.
3 hours and 48 minutes. Yeah, like right there. All right, so there they are, waiting for their food, and he talks to that heavyset dude for a while. They don't say like this. I think 3:51 or something like that. 3 minutes or 3 hours. Sorry, 51 minutes. They leave, and just kind of watch his mannerisms.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
Okay. So he's just kind of pacing around a little bit, talking to.
It's hard to tell if he knows that guy or if like they're all just been drinking. Everyone's at the food truck, and he's just kind of like just started hitting off of this guy.
How long were these ladies waiting for food too?
Not long.
Not long. Not 5 minutes.
They get it like as soon as where are we at now? They're gone now at this point.
No. This is 4 minutes before.
Oh, this is 4 minutes before. Okay.
I don't even see the ladies at. Where are they at?
Yeah, they're at the front. If you look at the bottom screen, the girl in the black jacket, like right next to the food truck. You see her in the lower right?
Oh, yeah, with
That's
the
her.
stripes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the other one's right there.
Okay. All right. Joe Burrow right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to 3:52. Let's see if they're gone yet. So this would have been 9 minutes
Still
after
there.
they ordered or so.
Yep. So they're still there at
They're
3:52.
feeling good, that's for sure.
Yeah. So they're taking a picture. Like I'm pretty sure they leave. Like as soon as they get their food, they leave. But this is like the last known. This is like the only video evidence we have of them. I think.
The last known video evidence. Okay. It looks like he's a little intoxicated for sure, but not really. He seems like not like, I want to say overzealous, like with his emotions, like a little bit.
All right, see,
extra.
they're leaving.
Okay, you got it.
And look, he points like
And
they're
he
leaving.
says,
And
"Hey,
look,
they're
he's
leaving."
like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, "What?" He throws his hand like, "What the fuck?"
Okay. Okay.
And then watch, and
then
he's out.
he goes and follows
And he
him.
makes a gesture towards him. You see that? Makes a gesture towards
Mhm.
him. And he
He's
he's gone pretty
Right.
intently.
All right. And that's the last we see of Hoodie Guy.
Correct.
So that's it. So let's give that a little quick replay. So he's
So
here.
those mannerisms, what do you make of that? And I
Seems
can't hear
like-
the audio if they're playing audio.
I'm not.
So they get their food and they're out. Like they're not interested in this guy.
The audio that I have, okay, so the audio is
It's just of this guy.
It's just this guy. And probably this guy. Girls leave. Hold on. Just trying to see if like I can see anyone else's reactions up here, especially this guy, because we can only see
He
him
pointed
from
it out. He
this
was like,
side.
"Look, they're leaving."
What does? Can we depict what he says here? He's like, homeboy, yada yada yada, drinking a
Drinking a Coke.
Coca-Cola. All right,
An unopened one.
so dude's just trying to get his fill. Homegirls are waiting. She's getting a text from someone.
Not Jack.
She said, "All right." Then we have these people up here. Do we see these people here walking towards? See if they do anything. New guy enters. Got big man still up here just talking his chomps off. This guy, okay, so his mannerisms seem very like fake. Like, hey, I'm just here to
Let's get laid. Just trying to get laid.
just trying to entertain you. You seem like you're having a good conversation. I'm just here for it. I want to seem like a genuine guy that I'm just like, you know, I'll be your friend sort of thing. And, but wait, he keeps like looking over right to, hold on. I want to play back just one more time. I want to see how many times he looks over to these girls. Still talking to him. Talk. He knows where they are, right?
I think a couple times, like earlier when they go over there, like they're both kind of like pointing at him and talking. So like they're talking about them. I thought someone said like if you listen into the video, you can hear one of them say like "fuck you" to him or something like that. Allegedly.
You can kind of hear him talking the audio. I don't think I shared the audio because it wasn't working for some reason with the Riverside. I'm about done with this streaming service
Right?
to record our podcast.
There's other ones we can look into.
Yeah, he constantly has an eye on them. Hold on. So he's definitely paying attention to Big Man. Big Man's loving the conversation.
Loving his Coke.
Yep.
That
And
he hasn't opened yet. Open
taking
the
a
Coke, man.
selfie. He still has his eyes on him. Just like very nonchalantly, right? Just very like just making sure.
Just staying in their orbit.
Yep. Weird that he's I like not ordering food. He's just being hysterical. Just like, oh, yeah, what's up, bro? All right, handshakes. We're good. Oh, yeah, ain't no big deal. That's Ryan. I would act this way with someone I don't care about. Okay. All right. So there it is. Someone that I just don't care about, that I just want to like be good friends with. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. Like just being fake. It seems very fake, in my opinion. All right. So then back it up like 1 second. Okay. Handshake. I want to see what
dap him up.
Because he's just like, oh, they're gone. What are you going to do? Ha. All right. And they get their food. They're gone. She's recording too.
Points to, hey, look, they're leaving.
Hey.
What the fuck, man?
Bye.
And he's just gone. Didn't say bye to his homie. Just fucking leaves. Didn't say bye to his new friend. He's gone.
He's like, all right, time to go. That's it. Right?
Apparently that's it. So, with that being said,
we never see him again, do we?
No.
Sorry. That being said, go for it.
The following morning at 11:58, 911 was placed for an unconscious person. It's my understanding that the unconscious person, it's hard to tell if they were saying the unconscious person was one of the friends being a victim, or if it was because I thought I read a report that the two surviving roommates found their roommates dead, ran out of the house screaming hysterically, and one of them passed out from shock. And so then they were calling 911 because it's hard to tell, or if they thought like someone inside the house was unconscious. That was very unclear to me. But at 11:58, a 911 call was placed. None of the victims had signs of sexual assault. However, each victim sustained multiple stab wounds to the chest area.
Okay.
And they were probably attacked while they were asleep. Some victims had signs of defensive wounds. We haven't none of the information of who had defensive wounds have been released. We have speculations because of Kaylee's dad. He's been very vocal on interviews, and he's been very frustrated with police, and he's kind of making it seem like his daughter was the target. He has a pretty notorious interview on Fox News. They believe the murder weapon was a K-bar style knife. It's not been located. Police believe it was a weapon inflicting great damage that the suspect paid a lot of money for and is proud of. According to police, they would not have left it behind. I think I also read they were checking vents and stuff like that to see maybe if they put the weapon in the vent. What's odd? I have a section here that says what's odd. PD has released 0 suspects, and why were their 2 roommates spared? Why were they not? And if you notice, on like a K-bar knife, like it has
this is K-bar knife,
hand guard. Yeah, K-bar style. It has like a hand guard, and so like you'd expect even in some sort of knife fight. Even if there was especially if there was like defensive wounds, like there would be some sort of cutting of the hand, like the perpetrator's hands or something, just because of that guard.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If that makes sense,
it does.
What else is odd is PD seems to be very interested in Ethan and Zaina at the frat party. They released a statement on the 5th, and it read like this. This is part of the statement. Quote, okay. Detectives continue investigating what occurred from approximately 9 p.m. on November 12th to 1:45 a.m. on November 13th, when Ethan Chapin and Xana Knerdl were believed to be at the Sigma Chi house on the University of Idaho campus at 735 Nez Perce Drive. Any interactions, contacts, direction, and method of travel or anything abnormal could add context to what occurred. It's just very Chi, C-H-I. It's just very weird wording. What also is odd is there were no signs of forced entry. The doors to the bedrooms of the 2nd and 3rd floor were locked following the crime. People have speculated.
Wait. Say the last 2 sentences again.
There were no signs of forced entry.
Okay.
And the doors to the bedrooms of the second and third floors were locked following the crime. Now,
Interesting.
That's been interesting, but at the same time,
Speculation.
if you're trying to get away with murder, yeah, this is me speculating. If you're trying to get away with murder, locking the doors does a lot for you because it buys you time from anyone getting in to seeing the victims, and it causes more confusion because we're talking about it like, why are the doors locked?
Yeah.
Gonsalves and Mogan, that's Kaylee and Maddie, the one we saw in the video, they were found dead in the same bed. Law enforcement does not want a reward posted, and a lock was reportedly replaced approximately a week before the murders. I also have this in there. What's interesting is the highly speculated hoodie guy, Jack Showalter, seems to linger around the girls at the food truck, and then when they leave, he throws his hands up, kind of like, what the hell, they're leaving, and then gestures towards their direction off camera and leaves when they leave. What's also interesting is he talks to the heavier set guy in the hat nearly the entire time after the girls order their food, and they point in the girls' direction several times like they're talking about him. He also arrives at the food truck with the girls. He doesn't, and again, I already mentioned this, but he doesn't appear to ever like talk to the girls when they're at the food truck. When you notice the girls run into several people they know. Which brings into question, if you're on TikTok following this, like I tried to stay off TikTok for this because TikTok is TikTok.
Anything.
Well, TikTok is TikTok, and it's a very opinionated platform.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's hard. It's all hearsay, and something that I've not read, but like saw was Jack followed some anime guy that draws anime or something, and he drew something like he drew like a bloody knife or something that said like, "Am I proud? No. Am I sorry? No." Stuff like that. There was also a weird Venmo sent to one of the girls' sisters at like 3:30 a.m. and the like message that was sent in the Venmo was 3:30 a.m. and it was for $6. And that same person donated $6 for the memorial fund for Ethan. That's weird. I don't have a lot of information on that. It's just something I was reading. I didn't really see any evidence of it, but it was just weird.
It's very
okay, we
odd.
got a map here. Is this the route from Sigma Chi?
Yeah, it's not
showing how close it was.
Now. Yeah, there's no play, but is it? It's not that close, is it? No way. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know if we have the address of their home.
I don't know.
We have the address of the fraternity, I think.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I have the address of Sigma Chi.
Sure. I mean, I could probably look it up. Right here. Good old Google. Probably tell me exactly where it is.
735 Nez Perce. There it is.
There it is. Directions. What's the address of the house?
I don't know. That's the one I don't know.
Well, there's where I live, everyone. Thank you.
That's funny.
Well, it's a very small town, so I can't imagine it's very far away from the house. Apparently,
is it on
Greek
campus
life,
though?
I mean, it's got to be. This is literally University of Ohio Administrative Building. You talking about Sigma Chi?
Sigma Chi. Chi.
Come on, man.
What's
the? I mean,
house number
112
1122
address.
So there's a couple
Yeah.
theories out there. One of the big ones is the collateral damage theory. So it was a targeted attack. The person went to go kill their target, and then somebody saw them, so he had to kill them. And then somebody else saw him, he had to kill them. So it's like he had to kill 4 people because they were collateral damage. There's also a theory that there was 2 killers.
Holy shit! Look how close it is.
That is pretty close.
That's walking is 11 minutes, and it's not going to take you 11 minutes to go. Yeah. You're not going.
No, but here's the thing
You're
too:
going-
is there's foliage, like there's a tree line that kind of runs up towards the house.
Yeah.
So it's like
right
somebody
here.
could you see it. Yeah, somebody could have been hiding back there, but somebody had to have known. Like it has to be someone they know because someone has to know the layout of the house.
Bro.
Again, oddities. The dog, Kaylee's dog, who lives on the 3rd floor, was found in an area that crimes were not committed, had no evidence, no blood spatter, nothing on him.
A dog was good, right? Dog's
Dog was
alive.
good. Dog's with
Dog
the
barking?
ex-boyfriend. No reported dog barking. That's the other thing too.
Dog.
What if someone
That's not
what if
barking.
what if someone was in the house and the dog recognized him or her?
Then
Recognized the person.
it wouldn't have barked. It would like
Right?
my dog's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
like my dog's just like, oh my god, I love you, best friend.
Right. So if it's someone they recognized, it may not have. The dog may not have barked.
It had to have been because what
Well, that's
dog
what I'm saying.
like
It had to have been.
what dog doesn't hear shit outside and doesn't not bark, right?
Right.
I've never heard of a dog not bark. At least the 2 that I have. Even your little weenies, they bark when they hear shit outside.
Oh yeah, they would go fucking crazy.
Yeah, most
Or
dogs
anything.
do. Just anything. Pin drops. My dogs bark at 3:00 in the morning over nothing. And I go and look outside. And I'm like, guys, nothing. And they're like, oh, there's a cat out there, and he was 100 yards away, Dad. I'm like, how the fuck did you hear a cat? And they're like, no. Well, we
Smelled him.
heard it. Right. Okay. Okay. So that's crazy. Fact number 1:
Right.
Dog didn't bark.
Dog didn't bark.
I think
Dog didn't have any evidence on it. Kaylee's dog was not with her, which I mean, who doesn't bring their dog to their room when they go to bed?
Kaylee's dog had to known this person. One.
That's what that's
I'm
one theory.
Gonna go,
That's another
I'm going to
theory.
go right there and just say that's absolutely true.
Collateral damage theory. There's theory that there could be 2 killers. Again, there's no forced entry, so that's why we think it's someone that knew the house, knew the layout of the house. There's no forced entry. We don't know if they entered through the sliding door. Police are pretty fixated on that. There's oddly that
Which door is that? The back.
the sliding door.
Where
Go
is
to the
that?
back. Show the back picture again. Right there. Go back. Go back.
What's
Go
the front?
back. Right there.
Oh, this one.
Yep, the sliding door. See how it's second story, but it's ground level.
And it was the 4 people were murdered in this. Were they all upstairs or like split? And
No, there was
split?
2 upstairs. 2 were in the 3rd. 2
Two
were in the
here,
second.
2 there. Okay,
Yep.
so and dog was upstairs, right?
I don't know where the dog was.
Dog could have been anywhere
just
in the
said-
house.
They just said the dog was not in a place where crimes were committed.
So probably with the 2 girls down here,
Maybe.
because
I
that's
don't know.
were the only crimes that were committed, as far as we know, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So two here, dog probably down here. Was that
speculate? We'll speculate and say
sure?
maybe the dog was down there.
But okay, that wasn't one of the 2 dog owners' dog, or sorry, the 2.
No.
Okay,
No.
it was upstairs girl's dog.
Yep. The dog is now with Kaylee's on again, off again boyfriend, Jack DeCoeur.
Okay, obviously because
He's been
Kaylee's
eliminated as a suspect.
dead.
Yeah.
To put it quite drastically.
Something else I should have mentioned was there was Kaylee. I think Kaylee had an incident back in October where she was complaining of a potential stalker. She was in some store and some guys followed her in, and one guy like followed her in and followed her out towards her vehicle. Never made contact with her. I guess those guys were interviewed, and they said they were just trying to pick up trying to pick up chicks at this store. I can't remember the name of the store. You can easily probably look it up. But
I mean, 'cause they're very good looking girls.
that would validate the two killer theory, though. Hold on, go back. Look at that looks creepy. First standing in the doorway. I thought they were looking at us. Never mind. As you will.
Thank you. Okay, carry on.
I also heard that
Yeah,
Showalter, the guy that
these are you're not
the
looking
guy.
at these girls and you're like, yeah, they're ugly. Yeah, I could see
probably
that
broke
they're-
someone's heart, pissed some dudes off. or
Yeah,
something.
they're very
But-
good looking ladies.
What's weird is that Jack Showalter allegedly
Hoodie guy.
I don't know if it's verified, but said that he drove 5 hours after that to his parents' cabin. I don't
After
know.
what? That night?
After that night.
After
in the
he
middle of the night.
left. After he
Yeah.
left the bar
Yeah.
or the food truck.
Yeah. Apparently he's like a hunter. That's why people are like, maybe it's his knife because he's a hunter. He probably has a knife that, a big expensive knife.
Was a knife found at the scene? Did I miss
No,
that?
they have not found a.
Not a weapon, and it
have
was
not found
definitely a
weapon.
stabbing.
Yep. Definitely a stabbing.
Okay.
So I mean,
Can they collect his weapon just for? They can't unless they like want to charge him.
they'd have to warrant. They'd have to get a warrant.
They'd have to,
but
right.
they can definitely track his whereabouts from his phone. I mean, they can easily do that.
Right.
They can geofence. I mean, that they could. The thing is, I think they have a suspect. I think they have a good suspect. Police do, but I think they're waiting for people to help corroborate for that suspect.
Yeah, so they can have enough evidence to produce a good enough
Charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. There's just a lot of. It's just a lot of weird shit.
It's so weird because normally, like when you hear of people getting like, even in Kansas City here, you hear people getting just shot. Like there's usually a suspect like at least 72 hours later. This is weird that it's been going on for close to a month. We have no suspects, no one in mind, and no charges. Which for 4 people to get murdered in one singular house with 6 people living in the house and 2 people that were just like, they're probably hungover as fuck. Maybe they were out drinking with them earlier or whatever the case may be. And then they finally go upstairs and they probably went up to the kitchen. Let's be honest, right? If I'm living in this basement and I've been drinking all night because it's Saturday and it's probably quiet down there, you're drunk, like you're not going to wake up. I'm waking up at 11 o'clock and I'm like, damn, I want to go get some coffee. Finally walk upstairs. I don't see anyone in the kitchen. Life's good. I go lay on the couch for a little bit and I'm like, where the hell are my roommates at? That's when I'm like, okay, I might go peek inside their room. But like I live with a roommate where throughout my college career, hardly
like,
even
no, that's your wife, Sam. That's not your roommate.
Yeah, I hardly checked up on my roommates, or went into the rooms. Like that was just like, so nothing against the 2 people living down here. I don't see them as suspects at all. Even though they're not suspects. Yeah. Even though I think a lot of comments that I initially saw were like, well, why didn't they report it sooner? Well, it happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. You've probably been drinking all night. Yeah, I'm going to sleep till 10, 11 o'clock, especially if I go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. That's late. I'm sleeping later. Anywho.
Yep. So here's something interesting too.
Go for it.
This is off a website called Meaw.
Sorry, what?
Meaw, MEAWW. Don't know how legit this place is, but
like that?
the
MEWW?
MEAWW. Meaw News, I think. I talk about how people have speculated that Jack Showalter, who was reportedly kicked out of his fraternity recently, and might possess the same type of knife used to murder the students. according to True Crime Society. But Joe Vidot, a corner club bar patron who was at the club when Mogan and Gonsalves were there that night, has a different theory. Later in the night, Vidot happened to be with a neighbor who had just moved to Moscow and was showing her the grub bus where he spotted both the girls again. This was when the guy in the hoodie followed the two girls who would later be stabbed to death. The hoodie guy was one of the key suspicious figures. As for Daily Mail, Vidot recalled the events of the night and remembered the hoodie guy. That's when the women arrived, accompanied by a man in a hoodie who had been the subject of much speculation among internet sleuths as a suspect. Police have not named the man, but said that he is not considered a suspect. I saw the hoodie guy show up with the two of them. The vibe I got from him was he's super nice. He was trying to help them get home safe. Sure. Vidot said the man acted like a dutiful guardian and possibly had amorous intent. He was funny. He was nice. He was there to ensure they got home safely because they were super drunk. I thought he was a solid guy. Believe me when I tell you that his vibe was not bad. Oh, I believe you.
That
not at
screams
all.
Red flags 1,000% of the way. That's a dude covering up for another dude. That sounds like I just am about to get away with murder because these girls didn't want to fuck me, sort of thing.
Kind of has that feeling.
Not that anyone would go to murder anyone because they wouldn't get laid. I think we've all been denied on that faction, as most straight males trying to get some puss probably have been there, done that, got denied. It's okay. I haven't gone so far to go and murder someone. However, there's got to be something way deeper than these two girls and some guy that they like. I wonder, and I'm not putting hoodie guy into our. I actually am. He's our number one suspect, 100%. We just don't know for sure. But someone knew these girls. Someone knew this layout of this house. Someone knew that damn dog, because no dog don't bark whenever someone just comes into a house. Someone knew the layout. They knew how to get in. They knew what doors were locked, where these people are sleeping, and decided, you're done.
You're done.
And I don't know if it's because of these two girls. I'm sorry that the other dude was killed, but I imagine, and all speculation here, dude woke up or was just that drunk. That was also sleeping in the same room, because it was what? It was one guy, one girl,
Ethan
two girls.
Ethan and Xana were in the same bed, and then Matt and Kaylee were in the same bed upstairs.
Two girls, one guy, one girl.
There's actually
if I'm the murderer, I got to think about this. If I'm someone that wants to kill someone in this household, wait, okay, hold on. We also have to know what the motive is. And let's assume that the killer's a man, because 99% of the time it's a man. It's probably a straight white man. I'm just going to just go on the cusp of statistics there. Straight white man, one girl, one guy. I don't think unless the dude, because they're all seniors, right? They're about to all graduate. I thought.
No, yeah, I think so, because they were like 21. They were all like 21.
Right. They're all about to graduate. I assume these two, the guy and girl, have been with each other for a minute. Because there's not a lot of seniors that are like together still, unless you are continuing to date that person beyond college. Let's be honest, right? You don't start a relationship senior year without knowing that, hey, I might want to, continue life with this person after this.
I think the whiskey's talking.
I had one glass, Ryan. Okay, relax.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
I'm thinking, guy walks into either this door or uses that ladder to get up to this room. right?
We don't know.
We don't know. Uses this ladder to get up to second floor.
Well, here's the other thing.
and-
What if somebody was already in the house? What if somebody was in the house, was able to put the dog downstairs or something and hide?
and
out of the house.
and everyone was just, wait, no way. You just put you're putting the dog downstairs and just said, "Shh, just be quiet the whole night." Like, no way. That dog's not getting excited whenever like people come into the house.
We got to remember, everyone came first. The first two people came home around 1. I'm assuming they came home or like they could have been like, "Oh, the dog's down here. I'm too tired. I'm going to bed. I'm drunk." And then everyone else arrives home around 1:45 before 2.
I don't know. It's
Everyone's in the house. The murderer or murderers are in the house.
You think it could be
Because
multiple
someone
people?
someone brings up a good point on if you Idaho, the subreddit Idaho murders and Moscow murders have been pretty good. Someone speculates, this is purely speculation, but what if it was 2 people? The lack of screaming and people being woken up would be answered by that scenario.
Especially being stabbed. That's where I'm having a hard time, where it's just like, 1, 2, let's go down, murder the people on the second floor, 1, 2, sort of thing, without anyone waking up. Sounds crazy to me. Like, I've never gotten stabbed. But I imagine it's not as quick as a gunshot. You're probably going to feel some pain before you're just like, what the, Yeah. Or unless, I don't know if it was an incision in the heart or if it was like a slice across the throat where you couldn't actually vocalize anything. We don't know that, right? We don't know how they were stabbed.
We don't know the injuries. No. We don't.
Only the parents and police, probably. Interesting. I have no idea, dude. This is a mind blower, and the fact that no one here is really caught. I agree with you earlier when you said like how are we not tracing phones to know like what persons have been in here. Obviously, you could have thrown your phone out early on, said no one's going to track me. I'm just going to do this old fashioned Jeffrey Dahmer style, and just go and murder these people.
Very well could.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's a crazy story, and I'm so hooked that I want more information right now. I want something to happen soon. I'm sure the parents of the victims are just begging to see something come from this.
Yeah, well, they're frustrated. You should pull up
that ladder. I'm still looking at it, and that ladder is like, I think that's a key piece of evidence. I don't know. I think someone used that either to get out or in.
We don't know how long it's been there, but it definitely is it's definitely interesting.
It's a point of interest, that's for sure. I don't know if I like want to believe that someone that's like our age, someone that's a Zoomer was like this. Yeah, Zoomer, like someone their age in college said, this is how we're going to murder people and get away with it in this day and age with all the technology, all the DNA and everything that we can do to solve murders, that they're just like, this is a perfect crime. We're going to get away with it.
That red Jeep in the picture I'm pretty sure that's Ethan's Jeep.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I'm just making a point.
The white Cruise, Honda Civic there. All still there. I see the tree line. And then there's dorms right here, what it looks like. I would think those are dorms, right?
Something apartments. No, I think it is. Wait, where is their house? 1122. It's hard to see. It's right here. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is that?
Those are apartments. Tenant parking only. Yeah. It's wait.
There's the house. Is that the house?
It's here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go back to
I think. No.
What?
The hell?
11:22. Turn around.
Where am I at?
Okay.
Oh, it's
That's it.
Blacked out.
What?
That's fucking stupid, dude.
Can you go down the street? Can you go down this street up there? Like if you take a right, if we were going straight, take a right.
Gonna try. Hold on. I doubt it.
Why would they black it out? This wasn't taken during the crime.
No, it wasn't. But that's that white cruise right there.
And there's I'm presuming that's Ethan's red Jeep hanging over there, hanging out.
Hold on. Where were we at? I want to be right here. Yeah, of course this wouldn't be accessible.
Can't go there.
Let's put our person there.
Look, you could bring a car up back there, park your car, go through the woods.
You could. There's what's the cutoff? 2. Yeah, this is 2 apartment complexes right there.
Scroll out a little bit. Let's see to the right if there's egress. Yeah, you could cut through. It looks like you can cut through that little parking lot
here
onto.
Oh yeah,
onto Linda Lane.
100%, dude. This is.
Or it could easily be someone that lives in those apartments or whatever those are. You just go.
I mean, obviously,
you just do the crime and then you go.
I mean, not even
through
that.
The back.
But there's so many accessible. This house is so accessible. This road goes through to another house. There's also this fucking house right here too. And it backs up right to the road. There's nothing saying that no one could have done any of this stuff. Also, if it was someone from the fraternity, they're not going very far. They're going to say, oh yeah, murder, murder, murder. And even if they want to be secret detectives, they just go through this tree line right here. And guess what? The only house that they're seeing is this one right here. And this guy's homeboys with this fraternity because they party all the time, I'm sure.
Where's everybody's Ring cameras? Show us your Ring cameras.
No shit, dude. It's 2022. It's almost 2023. Everyone should have a Ring camera. They're $50 now. People, buy a damn
I'll also say that the fraternity's been dead silent. And they've also allegedly they've been deleting photos off their Facebook page.
Yeah, they probably should. I don't know. This is a sketchy story. I think something has to do with this.
You think the fraternity is involved?
I think so. Because wasn't a hoodie guy in the fraternity?
I don't know if he was in that fraternity. He was kicked out of a fraternity.
John,
I don't know which
Jack
one.
Schwab.
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can find out what fraternity he was kicked out of.
I don't know. I do know this might be a good stopping point.
We didn't do.
What? Make fun of Russell Wilson?
Yeah, we didn't do any TikToks.
So you know what the funny is?
Showalter was kicked out of Delta Tau Delta. Wait, hold on. Hold on.
See if I can see it. He was kicked
for
out.
Inappropriate. He was allegedly kicked out of Delta Tau Delta at the University of Idaho for inappropriate behavior towards women at parties.
Sorry,
Without an
what?
official source, though. It's not an official source, but allegedly.
For inappropriate.
They did show, however, uncover Showalter's mother's Facebook in 2015 shows him hunting, standing in front of a torn apart animal's carcass with various hunting knives.
Interesting.
We'll leave you with that. How about that? Yeah, we didn't do any TikToks for the last 2 episodes. We've not done TikToks.
It's okay. We don't need to.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Staple.
I don't have anything prepared. I'll prepare some for the next episode. Okay.
We're the most entertaining, unprepared people. Although we made up for it last show because you did the one chip challenge.
The chip. Yeah. No.
So you handled pretty well. I was pretty
It sucked,
impressed.
man. Don't do it. If I thought I could handle my heat, apparently I'm a giant pussy. And on that note, we're out.
All right. I don't know what next episode will we talk about. Pizzagate?
I don't know. We're going to figure it out.
That's kind of what we Pizzagate.
Pizza.
Pizzagate.
Peter Parker pizza. It's pizza time.
All right. Well, no idea when this show will be up, but today is December 7th, 2022.
Don't
Just
say
everyone
that.
has a reference.
Just don't say that. It's fine.
No, I'm saying it.
It'll get up when it needs to get up. It'll get up.
You sound like a 75-year-old man. Okay. Well, all right. That was a good talk. We'll see you in the next one.
All right. See you there, Ryan.
Congratulations. You've made it to the end. You might as well tune in for the next episode of Indecent Exposure. That's all, folks. Until next time, Space Cowboy.